welcome back. And if you tuned in late today, we are highlighting the South Carolina Assistive Technology Expo, and they have it every year, and it is free and open to anyone. And it is in Columbia, South Carolina, on March the 26th. And we have phone number, an 800 number for you, and there are hundreds and hundreds of things there on display, and people with knowledge to help you. If you or someone you care about has some sort of a disability and they need a little help along the way, and some of us need a small amount of help and others need a tremendous amount of help in order to function in this world. But I thank you for coming again, because we do this every year so people will know about this. And Janet Gendron is the program coordinator from Columbia. She came up today. And Sharon Bellwood, who is with Greenville Tech, and she is the director of Students with Disabilities.
Yes, ma'am.
And we've shown quite a bit. I said, what is this? And this is for a checkbook.
Yes, if you have trouble with your hands
Staying
staying
in
in
the
the
lines.
lines, that helps you stay in the lines,
Yeah.
yes.
And this one, of course, is a little bigger.
For writing, a lot of test takers
Yeah,
that need
could
to
use
stay in the
this.
lines with that stuff
Yeah.
as well.
So there are hundreds of things, and you brought some simple things today.
Well, and
but
Sharon was making the point during the break that, you know, a lot of people use keyboards, but there are people who learn better by taking notes with hand. I mean, there's so many ways to learn, and so if you can accommodate anybody's preference with anything, then you've done a good turn. In fact, Sharon works with a lot of students with learning disabilities, and it is amazing what you can compensate for.
We were talking earlier about the students with learning disabilities have a lot of trouble with organization. Their executive functioning that allows them to organize to study for the test the week before the test instead of getting up on Tuesday morning and saying, oh, yeah, that test is today. Wow, I should have done something. There's a lot of apps on their phones that we've been helping folks put into. One of them is just a day timer that'll have like a little musical song that'll play that means study for your math test, study for your English test. There's one called English Ease where they can type a sentence in to the phone and then it'll correct it for them so they get used to it. One of the most powerful apps that folks are using, and we've got these on computer programs as well, are apps that read things to you. A lot of times people, when they see something and they hear it at the same time, the comprehension levels go up like crazy. It's a double sensory input for that. So we've got a whole workshop that we do with students with disabilities called Apps for A's on how to get them to move beyond just the accommodations that are provided at the college.
Sorry. I need some water.
we'll get you some water. But people learn in different ways.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
They do, and sometimes they need an auditory cue. Sometimes they need a visual cue. I know on some math tests, we'll have students that will, color code their math test before they take it. Everything that's addition will be in yellow. Everything that's subtraction will be pink. Division is green, and multiplication will be orange, so that when they look at it, they're saying, oh, that's what I need to do. So they're processing that visually. Sometimes they need an auditory prompt. Sometimes they need a tactile prompt, like writing the notes. A lot of times people will write notes, and then they never look at the notes again, but the act of writing it has kind of put it in their memory. It's interesting.
And what interests me is that it doesn't come easy. I mean, it's not coming easy to these kids. And I think you learn better when it doesn't come easy.
But you have to struggle for something. Sometimes it's better.
You value what you work
Now,
for.
you work with people of all ages. Parents with small children who have a learning disability would benefit by coming to this event.
Anybody would benefit by coming to this event, because you may not think you need something, and then you come and look at a catalog and you go, oh, I could use that.
That's the point I'd like to make, is that the expo is about stuff, but it's also about people. and you're in a session and you hear somebody say, "Oh, I use that." "What? You use that?" "Yeah, yeah." There is so much networking. So plan to stay for lunch, because sometimes you learn more at the lunch table talking with other people that are using things than that really supports what's going on in the session. So it's about stuff, but it's about people too.
Well, we have a session that is family members of kids with augmentative communication needs, and they use devices that are electronic. But we're going to have the family members come in and say, how do we support the use for our loved one? And I mean, you need a network of support around you. And so we do really focus on the people, because it's not about technology. It's about what can a person do with it.
And there'll be a lot of people with disabilities there. And when you see someone with a disability doing something and accomplishing something, you go, wow, you know, I can do that too. It's not that it's remarkable that they're doing it. It's that it's remarkable that you could do it also. And that's
All right,
really
now,
important.
some of these things you brought today are pretty basic and simple, but you have some things that are complicated and probably expensive.
Yes.
And I mean, like the cup and the saucer and the spoons, that's just a minor thing. But somebody who needs an expensive, you tell me that there is a process of reuse, and I want you to comment
Well, I was
on
going to
that.
say, we have a lot of mobility vendors at our expo, that wheelchairs and lifts, you know, they're
Yes.
power lifts, and maybe for the caretaker who has a disability, you know,
Yeah.
needs that help, as well as the person with a disability. So we have a reuse program that we operate out of our program,
A
but
reuse program.
it's called
Okay.
equipment reuse. And we have an online database of equipment that people want to sell, give away, or need. And you can go on and look and see if anyone's selling what you need and you can afford it. Or we have a lot of free equipment on this exchange, a lot of very expensive equipment. Because what happens
someone
is,
doesn't need it anymore, and then
Exactly.
they donate it back.
they do, and a lot of people don't want to mess with it. I mean, often there's a death in the family, and the power chair's there, and they don't
It's
want to
painful.
sell it. So we go pick it up, and we have a bunch of partners in our state helping us, and it's all mostly people that are doing it out of the goodness of their heart, not people who are getting paid a lot of money to do this. And so we all cooperate and collaborate, and we've got some churches in Rock Hill, church ministry up there, and we've got some ministries that are doing it. We also have state agency organizations, and then we've got a couple of engineers that, one lives in, I think there's 6 retired engineers that refurbish and remanufacture things to meet someone's absolute particular need, because he's living in a trailer, and nothing that you can buy is going to fit in that little tiny space. So they make things for people, and we all pitch in to help each other, and we
That's
all share
fabulous.
parts. We help people transport things. I mean, there's just this glorious, wonderful network of people that are vendors, I mean, that aren't making a dime off of taking the used wheelchair to somebody. But they know what's right for their clients. And so it's just an extraordinary group of people. And I think last year, one of the measurements we use is, what would this have cost new if you had to
some
buy
of
it?
it is very expensive.
And so we tally up the numbers, and I think we had $800,000 that we saved. Well, that was what the equipment would have been new. So it's exploded because there's this crying need for, and not only for the wheelchair, that your primary wheelchair, but you might need the backup wheelchair, because if the power goes out, you know, you need a manual chair and someone to push you. And so it's the standard for a child that stays over at grandma's, because he's there 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And you don't have to haul that big old stander everywhere you go. It's a really, strollers, big demand for strollers, because sometimes you don't want to get the heavy wheelchair in and out of the car, and you're just running in somewhere quick, and but insurance doesn't pay for these things.
So this is a definite bonus for
Right.
families who have people who are
Right.
trying
Oh,
to live.
I have a whole group of moms in Greenville that are just awesome.
Really?
I mean, one girl brings people down to me, and we help them find equipment for their kids. I mean,
And when you say down to me, you're talking
to Columbia. Yeah. She comes from Greenville to Columbia and brings people that she doesn't even know that well, because she's got such a heart. Everybody in that reuse business has a tremendous heart. So we just had a meeting yesterday, and just the energy in that room of all these people that are going so far above and beyond what their they need to be
They're
doing.
unsung heroes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that 800 number is 800-915-4522. And if you want any information about anything we've talked about, and certainly about this expo on the 26th of March, please call that number. And the reuse program, all the things that are going on. And this is a statewide event.
It is.
But if you happen to be in Georgia or North Carolina or they won't turn you away. It's free and open, and you're welcome to come and learn. And it's a wonderful thing
It
you
is.
do.
It's a fabulous day. We have a lot of people from North Carolina and Georgia who come.
Sharon, are you going to be there?
I will be there, and it's easy to get to. It is right off. You make one turn off Highway I-26, and it's
Okay.
down there a couple of miles on the left. So don't say, well, I don't know anything about
Sunset
West
Boulevard,
Columbia.
West Columbia.
Yeah.
It's easy to
Okay.
get to.
Oh,
It's-
you can't miss it.
Thank you for
I look
coming.
forward to it
Thank
every
you for
year.
having
Thank you
us.
for
Thank you for
sharing
us.
your talents and your knowledge with
Well,
all
and
of
thanks
us.
for caring.
God bless you. We're out of time. We'll see you next time.